Hey, what's actually like to live in Seattle once the moving boxes are unpacked? Now, the city looks incredible on paper. The jobs, the mountains, no state income tax. Now, there are a couple of things that'll genuinely surprise you once you start actually living there. And one of them trips up almost every single person who relocates from California. Stick around because I am going to give you the honest pros and cons of living in Seattle, Washington in 2026. And I've got a free neighborhood guide waiting for you at the end. Don't skip. Don't miss. Hey, Ravi Ramachandran with the Rams Group. We are Seattle and East Side Realtors. Let's get into it. Hey, if you are seriously considering a move to Seattle, book a free consultation using my Calendly link in the description below. I'll help you figure out if this move actually makes sense for your specific situation. Okay. Seattle is one of those cities people either completely fall in love with or they wish they researched more before they signed a lease. Now, after working with a lot of relocating families and tech professionals, I can tell you the difference almost always comes down to one thing, which is how honest they were with themselves about what they actually needed from a city before they moved. So let's talk about both sides, the real pros, the real cons, moving to Seattle. Now, to back it up, I've watched families move in blind and struggle, and a few others move in with a full picture who thrive within months. And the difference was never luck, it was information. And that's what we're going to break down today. Now, there are 5 things that I want you to know before you decide. 3 pros that make Seattle genuinely worth it, and 2 cons that catch almost everyone off guard. We'll cover the job market, tax advantage that you'll have once you move here, and outdoor access. Then, we'll also look at the housing costs and one social dynamic that nobody wants you about. Stay with me through all the 5 because the cons matter as much as the pros. So first, pro number 1, the job market. Now, Seattle's job market is genuinely hard to match. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Boeing, all of them operate at a massive scale in this metro. And that destiny creates opportunity that most cities simply can't compete with to begin with. Now, whether you're already relocating for an offer or hoping to land one right after you arrive, the tech ecosystem here is deep enough to support a real career, not just a single job. Also, it's just not these big 4. There are a whole layer of startups, biotech, healthcare, and employees riding the same talent pool. So if your first role doesn't work out for some reason, you're not starting over in a new city. You can rest assured. Pro number 2, Washington State has 0 state income tax. And for a household earning about $150,000, that's roughly about $10,000 to $20,000 staying in your pocket every single year, compared to California. Now, that's not a rounding error. That's a car payment, a chunk of your mortgage, or a serious head start on savings. You pick. Now, it's one of the most underrated financial reasons people move here. However, super important. Now, stack that savings over, say, 5 or even 10 years, and you're talking about a serious down payment on your next home, fully funded just from the tax difference alone to get you started. Then pro number 3, the outdoor access. This is unbelievable. Now, Mount Rainier, Puget Sound, the Cascades are genuinely within reach on a normal weekend even, not once a year vacation. Now, for families who want an active outdoor-oriented lifestyle, that access is hard to overstate. Now, I have clients who hike before work, kayak on their lunch break in summer, and ski about 40 minutes from their front door on a Saturday morning. Now, it's one of the reasons that people who move here for the job end up staying for their lifestyle, which is going to be perfectly matching. After looking at the pros, let's look at the cons. Con number 1, and there are 2 by the way, which is housing costs. Now, Seattle cost of living runs about 80% above the national average, and the median home value sits around $871,000. And that number purely surprises people who are used to comparing Seattle to other tech hubs. Now, what is not a bargain, some relocators expect. Now, your budget needs to be built around the real number, not the number you hope for. And it's also just not the purchase price, right? Property taxes, homeowners insurance, everyday groceries, all these run higher than most people budget for in their first pass, while they're considering if Seattle is a good place to move to or not. Then con number 2 that nobody absolutely wants you about. Now, this second con has nothing to do with money, okay? It's what the locals call Seattle freeze. What? Yeah. It's a reputation for being friendly on the surface, but slow to actually let new people in. Now, almost every transplant I work with brings this up in their first 3 to 6 months. Now, building real connection here takes longer than most people expect. Something for you to think about. If you're social, this is important. Now, the families who break through it the fastest are the ones who join something right away. Directly, a church parent group at their kid's school. Instead of waiting for friendships to just happen on their own, they seek out. So you might want to be prepped before you move to Seattle. So after looking at the pros and cons, is Seattle worth it? Now here's the honest answer. If the job opportunity, tax savings, and the outdoor access matter more to you than the price tag and a slower social ramp up, Seattle is absolutely worth it. Now the households who struggle here are the ones who only saw the highlight reel before they signed the lease. So don't be that one. So if you want the full picture for your specific situation, direct message me the word Seattle right now, and I'll send you our exclusive, information-packed free Seattle neighborhood guide covering the east side, suburbs, prices, and what each one actually costs you. Also, feel free to share this video with anyone who's thinking about moving to Seattle. This is the honest version that they need before they commit to anything. Wouldn't you agree? If you're already leaning towards the east side, you'll find everything you need right below as well. My contact information, the guides, and other resources. Here's to your next move. Welcome to Seattle. Talk soon.